Welcome to the cool down series, where this will be a wall yin class. If you've never done yin before, don't worry. It's where we start to hold poses for a little bit longer. It's a little bit slower pace, but we get into the deeper tissues of the body. So unlike the strengthening component that's working with the muscle and toning, the yin really helps to build on elasticity, range of motion, and flexibility. And we do that by actually being a little bit more softer and gentle. So even though it may not seem like you're doing a great deal, just know that all the magic is happening at a deeper level. And I often like to think of yin or yin yoga as collagen for our joints. So this is a great class to do by itself or in conjunction with all of the other classes that you might have done already. Or if you have a separate workout, or if you run, or if you do anything else active, really, really good to have a yin practice alongside that. So for this class, you will need a wall space to practice with, enough room just to place your arms on and your legs on towards the end of the class. So let's begin by bringing our right hand onto the wall, shoulder height, and facing towards the front of our mat. So what we want to do here is just find a place where we start to feel sensation somewhere along the arm that's not causing pain, but it might be feeling a little bit uncomfortable. You should feel as though you can hold the pose for the next 2 minutes or so. So just be mindful that finding your edge is a place that you go to where it's not too far, you're not pushing and pushing and pushing. You're going just enough so you're feeling some level of sensation in the body. If you're nursing any shoulder injuries here, just make sure you lower the arm a little bit onto the wall, or you can skip this pose altogether if it's causing grinding of bone on bone. You never want to be feeling pins and needles or numbness in these poses because it could suggest nerve damage. So if you're feeling that, please just safely lessen the intensity of the pose. And conversely, if you're not feeling a great deal here, just know that you can slightly angle your body out further away from the arm to get a little bit deeper into the stretch or the stress of the right front shoulder. Depending on where you're feeling the level of tension in your body, this could be coming up more in your scapula or in your forearm or in your hand. Just know that sometimes the instructions may not always add up with where you're feeling it in the pose, but just know that that is perfectly okay. We all have really different anatomy, different structures. From here, just releasing the right arm from the wall. Try not to move. Just try to let your body be still and let all the blood and the oxygen freshly run through the right arm, the whole rest of the body. There might be a warming sensation. There might be an ache, something that you're not used to, but just try to let it be there just for a short period of time, and then that sensation should dissipate as the body starts to rebalance. That's why it's really important to pause in between yin postures, just to allow the body to do its thing. Now let's come to the other side. So left arm comes to the wall, shoulder height, and depending on the level of tension on this side of the body, just choose how far you need to rotate your body or how high the arm needs to be here. So most often we have asymmetries in our body that we're not aware of until we do asymmetrical poses. So if there's been some surprises with some of the movements that we've done, just try to be aware of it as opposed to reacting to it needing to be a certain way. So make sure you're breathing here. And if your mind is getting a little bit restless with being more still, try to bring your attention to the breath and link that to wherever you're feeling sensation in this posture. And just know that these postures don't last forever, and that a little bit of discomfort can push you into breaking through some mental patterns or some physical patterns. If you're working with the hunched shoulders, we're trying to open the chest, trying to let the shoulders and the shoulder joints be a little bit more fluid, flexible, elastic, and have more range of motion. So just know that you can push through a little bit of discomfort to get the benefit of what this practice offers for you. Just a few more breaths here. If it's easier for you to stay focused, you can allow the eyes to close. If you need focus, just have a soft gaze on one spot in front of you. And then releasing the left arm from the wall. And again, just finding a stillness here. Letting the body naturally recalibrate and rebalance. Remembering that all of the magic is happening at a deeper level here. And now we'll come to our next position. You want to bring both of your arms onto the wall in front of you, just a little bit higher than shoulder height, and the hands at shoulder width as well. So then starting to walk the feet back like you were doing a downward facing dog but on the wall, and then allow your upper body to start to fall through your arms. So just be nice and gentle here. As we spend a couple of minutes, there's time to allow this pose to deepen. You don't need to rush to our deepest point straight away. But you'll notice in practices of yin that actually being more passive and gentle gradually allows your body to naturally move deeper by itself. It's a process of surrendering, not letting the ego get in the way of where we think we need to be, and feeling this beautiful relaxation of chest and heart melting down towards the mat. The upper body supporting you here, and a slight flex in the knees so they're not completely locked, and there's still some fluidity in the whole body. And maybe you're able to relax the head and the neck a little more. If you carry a lot of tension in this space, it may feel quite uncomfortable. So just know that wherever you are in your pose, that it doesn't have to look exactly like mine, and that your level of depth is going to be unique to you. Again, to remember to not judge this practice by the experience that you're having in it right now, but to judge the experience after class and how you move forward into your day and how your body responds. Just a few more breaths here. If you do work in an office, these are poses that you can do between being on the computer, you can somehow fit them in if you've got your own space or if you're working from home. Just a couple of minutes a day. And gently start to walk the feet in towards the wall. And release the hands from the wall. And be super slow with your movements. The connective tissue is a little bit slower than muscle. So from here, just shrugging the shoulders up towards the ears and back and down. When they go down, feeling the shoulder blades trying to touch. Inhale up and exhale back and down. One more time in this direction, up, back, and down. And then try in the other direction, so back, up, and forward, back, up, and forward. One more time this way. And already just notice if there's been a shift in your physical structure or even your mental attitude. Now let's come down to the floor, lying onto your belly and wriggling your knees so they touch up towards the wall space here. So your shins and the tops of the feet connect to the wall. And now your elbows come directly underneath your shoulders for what's called a sphinx pose with the support of the wall. So if already that feels a little bit too intense for you, just make sure you walk your elbows out in front of you to lessen the intensity. So just know, because we're holding for several minutes, you always have the opportunity to move deeper if that's what your body feels like it needs to do. But never feel like it has to be at the same level that I'm starting at here or where someone who is practicing with you is at. Just go with your own body. You can allow the eyes to close down or to have a soft gaze somewhere in front of you. Can you relax into your legs a little more? Relax your glute muscles. Start to feel the sensation in the back. Relaxing the back as much as you can. Relaxing your breath and your abdomen, feeling your breath as your belly inflates on the inhale and deflates on the exhale. If you're not feeling a great deal here, just slightly adjust by rolling the shoulders down and away from the ears. Just the smallest of adjustments can change where we feel a sensation in a pose. And if it's challenging to keep your head up, you're most welcome to relax the head down. If you have a block or props, it's a great suggestion to place your head resting on a block here. your mind starts to wander, bring it back to the awareness of your breath. Notice what your breath is doing in this moment. Its rhythm, its regularity. And then start to now come out of the pose by relaxing the whole body down, folding the forearms in, the palms facing downward, and the hands on top of each other. Resting your forehead down on the back of the hand. Already a great sense of release and relief here. And then you can allow just both feet to fall to the right side, like a little windshield wiper movement with your legs. And they can come up and over to the other side. Just as a little way to start to move the fluid healthily back into the body, into the spine, into all the tissues and the places that it needs to go. Just do this a couple more times. Windshield wiper action of the legs. And then come back to center. And we'll roll over onto our side. Come up to a seated position before we come to lie down on our back. So to get into this next pose, we want to get our hips as close as we can to the wall. And then from here, just coming to lie down on our back and doing our best to get our legs up the wall with our hips as close to the wall as possible. So then we can completely relax into the legs. They feel supported by the wall. And the arms either relaxing by the sides of the body, or you can even bring the arms up and over the head, cradling the head in the frame of your arms. And making sure not to grip too tightly with your hands or in any part of the body. This pose is really beneficial at any time of the day or the night when our body is being overworked, overstimulated, needs calming down and restoration. We start to reverse the blood flow by changing the force of gravity here. Blood now allows itself to pull and move towards the upper part of the abdomen, chest and the heart, the lungs, and the circulation in our brain. Helping to increase our digestion by increasing the blood flow in our abdominal organs and our heart and our lungs. And then allowing just the brain to rest. So much of the time it's giving and giving and giving. And if we're not giving the time to let our body and our organs receive and rest, and we'll end up in burnout and unable to give back at all. So it's really important to have these little rest periods or practices where you feel like your nervous system and your body is being soothed and looked after, so that we can give back with full energy and vitality. And changing our mindset that by resting, we actually have more energy, we have more flexibility, we have more strength, because all of the cells are able to regenerate and revitalize. If you have more time to stay in this posture, I encourage you to do that, or to return to this practice at any time you need. Or otherwise, you can start to bend your knees and roll to your right side and just take rest in fetal pose. Just for a moment to let the body, breath and mind recalibrate, to come back into balance. And you can make your way to a seated position, wherever is your comfortable seat. Allowing the eyes to close down, the hands resting on the thighs, and the spine feeling tall and vibrant, the chest, heart space feeling open, the shoulders relaxed, and as though someone was gently just pushing your shoulders ever so slightly back, bringing you into the posture. Gives you an open heart, it gives you confidence, it gives you strength, allowing the corners of your mouth to slightly curl into a smile, bringing your hands to heart center in prayer, giving gratitude to yourself for taking this time to look after you, to give yourself the rest, so now you have the energy to give back. And giving thanks to your teachers and teachers' teachers, past, present, future, seen or unseen, in whatever form your teachers come. Reflecting the balance that you're needing in your life. Having the wisdom there available to receive from them. Bow your chin towards your hands. I honor the light in me which honors the light in you. Namaste. You may choose to stay a little bit longer in your seat and move into a meditation. if you're moving out of the practice, just make sure to move slowly and with grace, not rushing into your day, just knowing that you can achieve the same amount with more efficiency when we move calmly and more stable.